Now, looking ahead, Josh, Delina, we have a very special guest on the show today. You guys know who it is? Josh, do you know who the guest is?
I do. You ready for me to spoil it?
Give me a teaser. Don't spoil it. Give me a teaser.
This is the Carter.
Tunchi!
Wheezy F, baby.
We all off beat. Tunchi!
Please say the baby.
Baby!
Baby.
That was Josh, clearly.
Clearly? What's that supposed to mean?
Tunchi!
That's supposed to mean stank.
Say Tunchi.
Tunchi!
Delina's laughing at you. She's not laughing with you.
No, I know.
Little Wayne joins the podcast today, ladies and gentlemen. True pleasure. I am queen of harassing people when I want them to come on the program. I slide into them DMs. Hey, what you doing? You got time for Be Honest? What? What's that? It's my podcast. Can you please come on? I guess. Why not? I got nothing to do. It is a pleasure. All jokes aside, I met him a couple of years ago when I was on First Take, and he has been nothing but a pleasure. It's really one of these situations where you can't judge a book by its cover. Welcome to Be Honest, y'all. So let's talk about a few things. You come to ESPN. I believe it was last week. I was on vacation. I missed you. I was very upset about that.
Sound good.
But I did a little research, like my boy Big Sean says, and I saw that you were on several different platforms, having a lot of fun with a lot of other personalities, and I got jealous, if I can be honest with you.
What you mean?
You heard what I mean? Who you having fun with? Do you have any other boos at ESPN besides me? Because I'm feeling some type of way about it.
No, I do not. I do not. I totally don't.
I saw you laughing and joking, hanging out with your boo Skip.
That's my boo? No, that's not.
You love Skip. No. That's your boo? You love Skip? That's your number one?
That's my homie.
Okay. I'll let it ride. I did get a little jealous, though. I'm going to let it ride. So
thank you.
I talked to Stan the other day, and he's like, yeah, me and Wayne, we super cool. You know, he always watches my show.
I talked to Stan yesterday, yeah.
So he your favorite?
That's my hometown homie. He's actually from the neighborhood he's from is where my late father is from. That's where he's from.
So you have a special bond with Stan.
Yeah, that's my homie for real. He knows my dad. He knows my dad's family and things like that. So anybody that knows my dad, my father is my hero. So you know what I mean. Okay,
so I'll let it ride then. I will let it ride. I'll let Stan ride. Skip needs to be a distant second. And I need to be in between Stan and Skip. That's the only thing I'm saying right now, okay? Is that possible? That's where I'm getting at with this whole line of questioning.
It's all good. You might have to be number one. It's all good.
Boop, boop. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to tell them. Stan would be, so first of all, Stan gets so jealous. He's so competitive. He would be so mad if I told him that. He'd be like, no, he loved me. I'm from his hometown. We cool like that, Curie. Da-da-da-da. Anyway, so I heard some amazing things happened during your concert, during your performance.
Yeah, it was an awesome concert.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it was the 10th year anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. Everyone knows, but it was a concert I did, and all the everything went to to Hurricane Katrina support. Every dollar went to Hurricane Katrina, the support of Hurricane Katrina. But other than that, it was a crazy show. I brought out every era of New Orleans music that led up into me and my music, and it was crazy just to be able to bring those people out and be the last man standing with the microphone at the beginning and at the end of the show. I mean, for me personally, it was something unexplainable.
Katrina, for everyone, anybody who had a television, meant something. You knew where you were when it was happening. You knew how you felt. You knew the reaction you had when you saw the images of people trying to survive. To be there during that time had to be something you'll never forget.
Really, being from New Orleans, we honestly, this is just honestly, Carrie, I don't want to dumb it down for lack of better words. But honestly, now we're just in a day where, the social media, I can't spit on the ground without it being told everywhere, so now that's all it is. Honestly, that's all it really is. We was not saying we were used to national tragedies after 9/11, but, that's after 9/11, it's just everything that happens somewhere is a tragedy. But with that said, I'm from New Orleans. We haven't had worse. I ain't gonna say we had worse, but we've had storms where people were on houses and writing notes and come save me and helicopters, and
Wow.
we've had those type of storms before. It's just that the media and the world just, Katrina was terrible now. Trust me, it was terrible. It was the worst. But, so not like I said, not for lack of better terms, dumb it down. But with that said, being from New Orleans and dealing with that before, you kind of already know. You've dealt with it before, so you know what to do. It's just that the everything was intensified to the 10th power. So you had to do a lot more.
So the world had an opportunity to see what you guys had already seen before.
Exactly. And the world had an opportunity to help, because back then the world didn't know what was going on. We was just dealing with it. So the world helped, and that was also the better part of it.
It reminds me of, and it's timely because, did you see Straight Outta Compton yet? Did you see that movie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did.
It reminds me of when I grew up and everyone was talking about gangster rap, and when it first came out, people were so appalled. But it really was, as Eazy tried to say, and Ice Cube tried to say, and Dre tried to say, it was their reality, which is what a lot of rap is. It was their reality at the time.
Exactly.
So when Rodney King happened, I thought it was interesting that so many people were shocked. But that
was the reality.
Right.
That was the reality.
That's what they were saying.
That probably happened 2 days before to such and such.
What did you think about that film?
At the time, you mean, what did I think about it at the time?
No, what did you think about Straight Outta Compton? And then I'll get your take
the
on,
movie.
Yeah.
The movie. Oh, the movie was awesome. The movie was amazing. I think it was amazing. I think they left a lot out, of course, but they had to. But other than that, the movie was great. They had some there's some characters in there that didn't get it right, but it's okay. They weren't the main characters, so that didn't matter. So other than that, it was cool to me. I really, really, really liked it. Really liked it.
I felt like it gave gangster rap a different vision. Growing up on the West Coast, I really, truly believed gangster rap changed a society, a culture, how you view things. They became so mainstream overnight, and then it was so polarizing, but yet at the same time, it was so needed. It was such a message.
What it did for me, though, it didn't, as a rapper, I didn't know they were that big, honestly. I didn't know they were that big. I knew about the message. I knew about the undertone of their message, of N.W.A.'s message. I knew about that. I knew that resonated throughout the world, but I didn't know that they were that big. I didn't know that they were that known. I didn't know that. So that movie helped. That movie helped me in that sense.
How did you not know that? That's interesting. Like, I'm pretty sure you're a historian, right? You go back and you do your research.
But New Orleans music, we have our musical history. We have and that goes back to when you asked me about the show I just did, and I told you that I brought out every era of New Orleans music. We literally have, everybody knows New Orleans is known for music, and not even rap, just jazz music, period. We have our own history of music. So at the time when N.W.A. was out, if you're from New Orleans, to listen to N.W.A., you had to literally be a different person. You know what I mean by different? Like, now to be different, you gotta probably, I don't know what you gotta do, because now everybody got tattoos all over their face, everybody hair is colored, so it's hard. You know what you gotta do to be different these days? You gotta be normal.
Right.
So,
right.
So back then, to listen to N.W.A., I did though, because I was a big Eazy fan. I thought I was a little easy. So, but to listen to N.W.A. tape, that was you were different. You were different. But I had a homie. His name was Big Jerry, and he lived across the street from me, and he didn't go to school. My mama hated that I hung with him because he didn't go to school. But he would bang N.W.A., and he was the only person that would let me listen to N.W.A. and Ghetto Boys. So that's how I got on N.W.A. like that. So that's how unique it was to listen to any music other than New Orleans music that I can pinpoint my friend that let me listen to
Right.
N.W.A.
Big Jerry. Shout out to Big Jerry.
Yes. Shout out to Big Jerry.
Did you listen to East Coast rap?
I was a big East Coast rap fan, and baby hated it.
Listen, it's okay. So East Coast rap was dominant, obviously, because on the West Coast we loved East Coast rap. We didn't listen to much from New Orleans, to be honest. And like you said, you just have to be different.
Our music didn't make it there, though.
Yeah, it didn't, right?
It didn't. It didn't make it there at all. It was regional.
So you think of regional sounds and how you, whether you want to believe it or not, are doing something that hasn't been done before. You've done something that hasn't been done before. When you consider the greats, you're up there with me, for me, with Jay. You're up there with me. I remember you did an interview with Katie Couric, and she asked you. She said she was a little nervous, and you kept calling her Miss Katie, I believe, and you were very kind to her, and you showed her that you just can't judge a book by its cover. And then she asked you a question about Jay-Z, or have you met him, or what happened when you first met him, and you said something to the effect of that he called you up and was real G with it, and was just like, "I see you," and that was just it. He didn't say much.
Yeah.
Was that a defining moment for you, or at that moment did you believe you had arrived?
Carrie, at that moment, my mama couldn't tell me nothing. Like at that moment, I was so lit, like, and it was crazy. It's crazy that you asked me that, because I still look at it and be like, how could something? And I don't ask the question myself, but it's crazy how something like that, something so specific, could make you feel so lit. Could make somebody that, I mean, for other people may say you've done a whole bunch of other stuff to make you that should have made you feel like you were solidified. But that phone call right there was serious to me. Like I remember exactly where I was. I remember telling everybody in the garage to shut up. I remember all that.
Okay, so take us to that place, please. Where were you?
I was in my house in New Orleans. It was my second house of my own. My second house I brought. We were all shooting pool in my garage. That's something we all did every day. I mean, we all used to be like 14, 15 deep in there. So I had got a text or a phone call letting me know that Jay-Z is about to call you. So I told everybody to be quiet once the phone rang. I was like, bro, be quiet. Like you shot a gun in the air, and everybody like, be quiet. Like, for real. And I answered the phone. And everybody, of course, all my friends just sitting there looking at me, trying to figure out what he's saying. And that's all he really said was, "Yo, what's up? I see you. Just want to let you know I see you." Like, believe that. It's like, all right, you good? Like, yeah, that was that. I was like, wow.
It was like a minute conversation, and that was it?
Yeah, for a minute, but it was perfect. It was perfect.
Listen, that sounds exactly like what I think it would be. It sounds like what I feel Jay would do to you. And you'd be like, all right, cool. I thought just some real cool shit. Like, yeah, okay, I see you.
Exactly. Yeah. I was just like, and when I hung the phone up, of course, everybody like, what you said that fast? What happened? The phone messed up? What happened? And when I told everybody what he said, if it was about 14 people, obviously about 3 people understood it. Everybody else was just like, man, what you just said, man? I don't know. That's all this for you, though.
That's like Oprah calling me and being like, I see you, little homie. I'd be like, all right, Oprah, I see you, little homie. Listen, can you arrange that phone call? I'd be like, everybody be quiet. Oprah's on the phone. I see you, little homie. I'd be like, all right, then, girl, I'm good.
I don't know Oprah.
Okay. To that end, I want to tell you about role reversal. So
okay.
when Jay-Z called you to say that, and you were like, I made it, solidified, I see you. You know who you did that for?
Who?
Drake.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I did a lot more, though.
You had more of a conversation? Tell me about it.
Oh, no, I didn't. I discovered Drake. That's why. That's what I'm saying.
That's
why it was different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You discovered him. So for him, he was like, that's it. If Wayne is on me, then that's it. I'm going to make it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He left everything behind. it is the same kind of, because at the time he was singing and rapping, and he had his image was the Drake we know now. He never changed his image. So back then, that wasn't accepted too well. That singing and rapping at the same time, and so with that said, he was getting shunned by a lot of people. He was getting rejected by getting a bunch of no's and a bunch of I don't think you should do this and a bunch of all those. And when I hear it and I think I could do something with it, and he find that out and hear that, and of course that gave him the confidence out of this world and the motivation to do more and to do it the exact way. I was the one to tell him, don't change anything. Don't think because you're coming over here by me that you got to start rapping about the things I rap about. Don't do none of that. Please rap about your little TV show, whatever you want to rap about. Rap about girls. Do that. That's what you're good at. I was like, don't come, because of course it's only natural for you to come over and just think, if I'm with Wayne, then I'm gonna rock like Wayne, and so I rap about what I rap about, and so that was one of the main things I had to tell him from the jump. Like, hey, don't change anything. Don't start singing about killing nobody. Don't start singing about the streets.
Yeah, talk about what you know. Yeah.
Yeah, keep it Canadian, man.
Keep it. Keep it Canadian is now my new favorite thing to say. So I the only reason why I equate the two is because you are at the top of your game. You see this singing light-skinned guy who can rap, who's an actor, who isn't anything like your style, but you see something in him, and he becomes Drake. How does that make you feel? I mean, he was already Drake, but he's Drake. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, Carrie, I don't feel like I'd be deserving anything from it, because I honestly be finding these people now. I tell them that you are already who you are. It's just that the world needs to figure it out. I didn't, I mean, of course, he may have a different answer for that. Me, I just look at it like, man, everybody was already talented when I met him, when I so-called discovered them, and it was just, I mean, only thing I did for them was put them on good songs, put a good platform out for them, and I mean, I'll take the credit for that. But other than that, these people were who they were when I met them.
Everybody's talented, but it takes one person. You can get everyone's like, you great, you on, but it takes one yes, right? Yeah. It takes one person to say yes and believe in the product and let you be you. That is that's a gamble, and that's a risk. We deal with it in all of our professions. I often say,
of course,
who's going to let the black girl be on First Take? And I've never heard of her before. Course. And where's she come from?
Of course.
You just need one yes. And you were able to give these yeses to so many different people. And they have and Drake raps about it all the time. He was like, he couldn't have found a better protege, referring to you. True or not true?
I don't know about. I don't know if I can answer true or not true. I think he'd have to answer. I think he'd have to explain that and why he'd say that. I mean, I hope I am.
You hope.
I'm a very humble guy, Carrie. You're gonna get these answers every time you ask me a question like that.
When I'm like, "Oh, you great," you're gonna be like, "I'm cool."
Yeah, I'm one of those guys.
Who's the better rapper, you or Drake?
Man, I annihilate that guy.
I love it. Keep it humble. Okay.
Keep it humble.
Keep it humble.
I'm trying to keep it Canadian, but you bought me there.
Yeah, okay. You're like, oh, you're going to ask me that simple question, Carrie? Okay, my bad. I didn't mean to insult you. All right. So having said all of that, let's transition. So we're going into the football season. I'm going to get some sports in here after I got all in your business and whatnot. So wait, time out. I forgot to ask you this. So what's going on with Meek and Drake? We cool?
That I don't know.
Okay.
That I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Okay. That I don't know. To the next song, that's all I could say. Yeah.
Well, I love Back to Back.
I think everybody does.
Look, shout out to my boss, wife and
yeah. Man, stop it. Whoa. Let's move to sports.
Wait a second. Is that your world tour or your girls tour? Wait, hold on. Am I ready?
Would you please move to sports?
I was like, I'm uncomfortable. This is all making me uncomfortable. Play it again. I loved it all. You didn't
You're crazy. This is making me uncomfortable. Play it again.
Okay. So football season starts. You laughing at me because you know it's true. And tell me your favorite team. I'm confused. I know I heard a story. Yeah.
Green Bay. You ain't got to be confused. Green Bay.
Somebody told me that it was because when you grew up. Tell me the story. What's the story about you being a Green Bay Packers fan?
My father that I was telling you about, he went to you remember the Packers came down, played the Patriots in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. That was my first Super Bowl in New Orleans living. So my dad went. I didn't go. My dad went, and when he came home, the Packers won. When he came home, he just bought Packers everything. And I mean, at the age I was, it's like being young and your parents bring in a bunch of Barbie dolls in your room. You're a Barbie fan. I don't know. So that's all it was. He bought a bunch of Green Bay stuff home, like, towels and beads and cups, and I was a kid, so that big G I was like, that's my team. So that's all it was. And the Saints weren't such a good team when I was growing up. So people were wearing bags on their heads and stuff like that for the Saints. So
Aaron Rodgers your favorite quarterback, even though it's your
Aaron
favorite
Rodgers
team?
is my favorite quarterback. Yes, he is.
Oh, better than Tom Brady. Who's better, him or Tom Brady? If we had to list accomplishments when it's all
Aaron
said and
Rodgers.
done. Really?
Aaron Rodgers, yeah.
All right.
You said I'm sorry. You said if we had to list accomplishments.
I mean, on paper, Tom Brady's better.
Yeah,
but if I'm just saying, if we had a shootout, who's winning?
Oh, Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. Do you believe that? You're not just saying it as a fan.
You gotta understand. Tom Brady has to be protected to be Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers is elusive, and he throws that same dart either on the left foot or the right foot.
Yeah.
I didn't even say 2 feet. On the left foot or the right foot, he could throw that same dart.
Aaron Rodgers, he is a great quarterback, and I think it's market size too. There's something more appealing about the Patriots for whatever reasons, and I don't know if it's because Tom Brady looks how he looks and got the supermodel wife. I don't know why. There might be something to it because people like to look at pretty people. I don't know. You tell me.
He's Tom Brady though. He's definitely Tom Brady.
Okay, so then we fast forward. Who are you picking for the Super Bowl? Because I had y'all in the bowl last year.
Yeah, I did too.
Who you got?
I pick the Packers every year. So yeah.
Okay, so who's going to be on the other side?
I think the Steelers gonna be there.
Really? Why?
Yeah. I think they got something up their sleeve. I think that Vic and Ben Roethlisberger is gonna be tough to deal with. That's 2 strong quarterbacks. They both got a gun. They both got feet, and they both got heart. That's gonna be strong to deal with. And that coach over there, Mike, he gonna know how he gonna. If he don't know how to use both of them, he gonna get on how to use both of them. It's gonna be something we haven't seen. I think it's going to be something we haven't seen in the NFL in a long time.
It would be nice. It would be nice. I'm tired of the usual suspects. It would be nice to see 2 different teams in there. What about your Lakers? Yeah, it's a sigh. I know.
Yeah,
the struggle.
Man.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Yes. And Steven, they just came at me because I said I think they'll make the playoffs. He was like, he really went at me like you. And then I heard Ricky Smiley came at me and was like, what is Lil Wayne smoking? And he told me the Lakers gonna make the playoffs and all of this. I'm like, oh man, I just have faith in our team.
I'm a Laker fan. I will say it every year we make in the playoffs. Here's my concern, and I've said this on many occasions about Kobe. I find that he is probably more difficult to play with in his later age. You got all these youngins playing with you, and they're afraid of him. They're in awe of him. You can't quite be comfortable if you're afraid of somebody you work with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of difficult to do. It's kind of difficult to play that way. I think that they got some names though over there that they don't have to be that way. I think once the season starts and they start getting a little more pub, I think they could change. They can understand. Now, of course, they can never stand next to Kobe, but they can stand with him.
Look, I'm with you. I'm a Laker fan to heart, so I'll see you at the games, hoping.
Praying, you know what I mean?
Praying, because it's uncomfortable. I hate to lose. I'm so competitive, and we're spoiled, and we're used to being in the game and in the conversation.
I know.
And I'm feeling real broke and an afterthought. I don't like it.
I can't wait till we do something they're not expecting, though.
Okay.
Oh, I can't wait.
Right? Okay, so you feel that, right? You feel like we might do something that no one is ready for.
Oh yeah, we do this every season with every sport. Talk about who's gonna do this and who's gonna do that, and then when it started, we talking about two different teams.
All right, I'm with you. Okay, so that's it. It's done. Lil Wayne said it's gonna happen.
It's
I'm
done.
with you. I don't care
Yeah.
what Ricky Smiley and Stephen A. got to say. We all in.
Nah,
We all
I
in.
don't
We all
care
in.
neither. We in.
We in. All right. So before I let you go, how are you doing? How is Lil Wayne doing? What's next for you? What's going on in your life? You don't have to tell me any of your business, but tell me all your business.
I'm not. That made me uncomfortable.
That means are your armpits wet as well? Okay, my bad.
No, I'm bringing it back. I'm noticing this is what you do. You said at first you said, "Oh, that made me so uncomfortable. Play it again." and I said, "Yeah, this is what I got you."
It makes me uncomfortable, but let's talk about it. That's how you got to get it off your chest. You got to talk about it when you're uncomfortable. What's going on with you?
I work every single day. I'm in the studio every single day. I'm not working on any certain thing. I just be working. So for me to say is this or that, I'd be lying. I do have the Carter 5 finished though, and what I am working on right now is a deal in a comfortable way and a comfortable deal to put the Carter 5 out.
That's a very politically correct answer. I'm not going to pry.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that world, but you are too great of a talent to be held up. So I wish you nothing but the best as always.
Thank you.
You've been so generous to me, and I appreciate it. Are you watching SportsCenter now? You tuned in?
We have Madden on pause, me and my homie Terry. Mm-hmm. We have Madden on pause, and the score is 7-7 Green Bay against New Orleans.
All right. Well, I'll let you get back to that. And don't forget to check your girl out tomorrow, 9 a.m., okay?
You really think you had to tell me that?
I just, hey, you might have forgotten. I noticed that you was all over ESPN with New Booze. You and Jamel Hill, Michael Smith.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Stop it, man. I'm saying.
No, all jokes aside, seriously, Lil Wayne, you have been a pleasure. I appreciate it. Tell your assistant thank you so much. I do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It really does.
All love. No problem.
All love. Talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks.
I tried to get him to talk about Drake and Meek and whatnot. He wasn't having it. Back to back.